hopping back into James's book, here he's talking about the natural progression of lucid dreamers, of which he breaks them up into 4 different levels or categories. You have novelties in stage 1, control 2, wish fulfillment 3, and then the 4th one being personal growth. There's also a couple other honorable mentions he has in here, which we might get to. But before getting into these individually, I want to start off with this. It would simply be untrue to call oneself a skilled lucid dreamer if they simply spend their lucid dreams inhabiting the plot the dream has provided for them. A master of one approach does not make you a master of all. Then he calls out MMA, which I thought was a very, a very good comparison there. But, reading that makes me think of, like, when I first started lucid dreaming, it was in my early teens, and I spent a good 15 years stuck in, like, the novelty / very light levels of control stage where, I'll get lucid, I might fly some, but, flying came pretty naturally to me. I've been flying in my dreams for basically as far back as I can remember, and the vast majority of those just being non-lucid ones. I might, if I'm following the plot of the dream and I'm kind of going in a direction I don't want to go, I might turn around, look around the dream environment, and go check out something else instead. But I was really just kind of blinded by the fun and pleasure-seeking aspect of it, right? I would just be in whatever situation I'm in and try to have as much fun in that situation as I could. If I saw some hot-looking chick somewhere in the dream space, well, then obviously my hormones would kick in, I'd be distracted, and we would go ahead and get it on. But, I definitely would not consider that earlier stage of my practice to be advanced in the practice, right? I didn't even know for that whole 15 plus years, it never even crossed my mind to try and take at least the control, because that's, like the stage 2 part of it, to a higher level, right? I wasn't trying to learn how to walk through walls or manipulate and change the environment, or even like stuff like call out to the dream to see if the dream responds back in some way. Like, it just never crossed my mind. So I would kind of consider that, that version of my dreaming practice to still definitely be pretty novice. But then also on the other end of it, and this is kind of one of his honorable mentions, he talks about the observer, and that is somebody who's had so many lucid dreams that they get kind of complacent with it, and they just kind of sit back and just kind of go back to just kind of watching whatever dream they're in, not interacting with it much, and they're just fine with following along with whatever plot their dream has been laying out for them. And while that doesn't happen to me often, there's definitely been many times where I've gotten lucid in a dream and I just didn't really care, right? Like, I think most of it has to do with the state of mind I was in, before getting lucid. But I've definitely had lucid dreams where I'm in the middle of a dream, I randomly get lucid, I'm not that excited, don't really care too much about it, so I just kind of follow along the plot, look around, watch a little bit. Typically in those type of dreams, my lucidity won't stick for very long. I'll just, I'm not invested enough to really maintain that perspective or that one-step removal from it, and then I get wrapped back up into dream, lose lucidity, and then it's just a regular dream after that. But anyway, good point I thought he put there, and the next step we'll hop into the 4 categories.